Next up, we have David Barton. And I'm not drunk or anything. I slurred there for some reason. Who wants to mislead his audience on parables and voter turnout? So here we go.
Come back to this thing of, am I going to vote? You don't have a right to vote. You have a responsibility to vote. That's
wrong. Immediately
no.
out of the gate, wrong.
Yeah.
Two things are not mutually exclusive. You don't have a responsibility about, you have a duty.
Yeah.
As a citizen, you have a duty to do it. But it's also a right.
And considering how many people didn't turn up to vote this time, I'm wondering how much voter suppression happened, as well as, just people being
suppression, intimidation, and blasé.
See my rant. See my rant.
We got rants.
I specified the difference between people who couldn't, and I do include people who felt intimidated. Like, I didn't say that in the rant, but that's my personal opinion. Is like, if you felt like you couldn't do it, like, I don't include you in it.
Yep.
But people who didn't.
And go listen to me on Brainstorm, because I said some amazing shit on like 4 beers. I was like, I found myself as I'm saying it, I'm like, this is fucking brilliant. As most drunk people do, but
I have some of my best ideas under wine. Hey,
yes, indeed. So here we go, David Barton. Anyway, he's wrong already. Wrong. But we already knew David Barton was wrong. He's always fucking wrong, because 100% voter turnout, no, that doesn't happen. Never has ever happened. God damn it. Only in like dictatorships does 100% voter turnout happen. Because you vote or you die. Vote or die, motherfucker, vote or die. The Congress. All right.
Not an option. You do not get to choose.
You do. You honestly do, guys.
You do.
It's selfish. Well, I don't like anybody. I'm not going to vote. Oh, that's selfishness. It's not your vote. It's God's vote. He didn't give it to you to say.
No.
Matter of fact, we have two parables, one in Matthew 20.
Okay, before he gets into parables and everything. I was kind of with him about the whole selfishness thing there for a minute.
I agree. I do agree. Like, I don't like either of them. Shut the fuck up. Grown-ups have to make hard decisions. I was with it there.
Yeah.
Until that's not your vote.
Even not voting is still making a choice. You're just saying, I'm going to go ahead and let everybody else choose.
Yeah.
But that's
like Colin Kaepernick did.
Yeah.
What the shit, Colin?
Yeah, what the shit was that?
Bro?
Well, I can understand it's a form of protest, and also he is in California, where probably his vote doesn't count. Because it went like immediately, like before 1% of precincts voted in, it was like, California has been decided for Hillary Clinton. I was like, well, of fucking course it was.
And that number keeps continuing to grow in her favor there, by the way. Like,
man, she's got more than 1% more than Trump in the popular vote. That is just heart-wrenching. She got gored. It's terrible. Anyway,
she got gored worse than gore.
Yeah. So we have parables and everything. So here we go. Let's slog through the Christian shit. Here we go.
5:1 Luke 19, where the master gave the servants all the trust. He said, "You guys be stewards of this till I get back." Came back, one guy hadn't done anything with it. He's the guy who got in trouble. You see, God says, "Hey, I've created this government, and over here in America, I've given you a system of self-government. Now, I'm giving you the government. I'm giving you a vote. You guys take care of it till I get back." Luke 19:13. You occupy.
Where did he go?
He comes back. What'd you do that?
Why 1913? Wait, I'm confused. Why 1913?
No, I just find it interesting. Like, I've given you the government. You guys go ahead and take care of this until I get back. That sounds like God saying, "Hold my beer." You know?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. If God is gone, and we're waiting for him to come back, where is he? Is he off fighting Lord Xenu somewhere? Is he? What is more fucking important? Oh wait, those other alien races he created. That's right.
I thought he was omnipresent, omnipotent,
omnibenevolent.
Benevolent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient. That was the word I'm looking for.
Omniscient. He is. He just doesn't care.
Well,
that's
then
what it
is. Give us this government.
Yeah. Because how can you be omnipotent and not care?
And if the vote really wasn't going your way, God, couldn't you change it? I mean, you could.
Yeah,
you could very easily go, boop, and I've changed it right there. Michelle Bachmann had a video. Thankfully, I'm not playing for you guys today, where she talks about at this time during the election when Trump and Clinton were going at each other, this is God's hand right here where the graph like swapped, between like, they were running parallels and everything where like one person was winning, and then all of a sudden it swapped and it went to the other way, and it's like, no, that's how a 50-50 chart works, you fucking idiot. You know, of course it's going to dip down like that when someone starts losing. You know?
Hillary's a Christian. She's a good Christian. She's done Bible class.
She's a Lutheran. Ugh.
Oh, she's the wrong kind of Christian. I get it.
She's not the.
She was also a radical feminist and civil rights activist. Like,
how dare she wants a job outside the house? Ew.
She wouldn't even take her husband's name at first.
Yeah, that's my wife.
Hey, that was me. I never took my husband's name.
You look for Mrs. X. You're not gonna find it. Nope.
Good. Hey, Kyle. I feel like you know that story too.
Oh yeah,
I do.
We have a bit of a story behind that. For another time.
For another time.
No, but like, she was. But she's a good Christian in her interpretation. Like, she's a true believing Christian. A good Christian I don't really give a shit about, because for me it's like all.
Why can't I get a speaking tour like David Barton? Why can't I just go out there and say just nonsense bullshit? I honestly need to stop listening to my morality and my conscience and just start duping the fuck out of people. I'm going to become a hard right Christian because I'll have
prosperity gospel.
I'll have an interesting story to tell them how I was an atheist, an anti-theist. I hated God, and all of a sudden I became a Christian.
Prosperity gospel.
I will make so much fucking money. So much money. Money. And in my secret life, I'm not a Christian. Fuck your God.
We've dug into this so much that it would be so easy. We know all the beats and the talking points, it'd be so easy.
But I'd hate myself. Like, I quit a dog. I quit a doggy daycare because I watched a guy kick a dog. Like, one dog. And yes, I still feel sick about that and no, it's not okay.
I quit Toys R Us after one day of work.
I watched the owner kick a dog and I was like, I'm out. Like, I couldn't do it, you guys. Like, I couldn't do it. Like, one kid tries to kill themselves, not even successful, and I couldn't live with myself. Oh, yeah, moving on. That was depressing.
Yeah, David Barton. Yeah, back to
you know what's neat? Boobs. Boobs are neat. Yeah.
The one that decided.
I haven't seen boobs in a long time. I miss boobs. I need boobs in my life. Actually, if you watch Westworld, you get a lot of boobs.
A lot of boobs.
And a lot of dick, too. There's a lot of dick.
Like, no erect dick, though.
Yeah, but that one black guy's flaccid one was like, wow.
That's slightly terrifying to me, so it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, that's true. We heard your story about that before on a patron show. So donate, and you guys can hear all the wonderful stories that we tell other people.
Oh God, we have one listener.
Here we go.
Not to do anything with the stewardship they had been given. See, that's not an option. You don't have a right to vote. We get this wrong in schools.
It pans to the audience and nothing but white people.
It's a duty to vote. And because we used to teach it, we had the first elections in America in 1619. I can show you that for over 2 centuries,
1619?
we had 100% voter turnout in America.
No,
because we taught that this.
Wait, are you talking about the white landowning men?
It's not
the only
vote.
people.
You have to do something with it. You have to be a good steward of it, and that's where righteousness exalts.
Okay, I'm done with him. I can't listen to this shit anymore. I don't think there's ever been an election in American history, unless it was like an election. Kyle, you're muted. Unless there was like 6 people voting, and all of a sudden all 6 people showed up to vote. Yeah, that's 100%.
Yeah, no, like in the very first elections that ever took place in this country, it's entirely possible that there was 100% turnout, but that was a very small population.
If you're talking like governors of the colonies coming together to have Congress,
right? That was very small because you had to, like, the first votes in the country took place during like the Constitutional Congress.
White men,
the
white
convention,
men.
the Constitutional Convention.
Wealthy white landowning men were
right.
the only ones who got to vote.
Right.
That's.
It was not
1% of the population. That's not even. That's 0.5% of the population currently. Like, you get 100% voter turnout for that, and I mean, it's not going to happen. First of all. Second of all, okay, it's not like they had to miss work to go vote.
No.
David Barton is a lying fuckhead. Yep.
He's definitely lying. He's
because he thinks that happened in the 1600s too.
What you said? 1916 was the first election.
No, 16 something.
Oh, my just broke and was like, it made it more realistic. It was definitely not the 16. Unless he's talking about the colonies, and then it would have been like 12 dudes, and that would have been specific colonies, and that's just the most retarded. And just fine. Like they would have been required to be there, and they would have been Puritans, and they would have been shitty anyways, and half their colony would have died, and the other half of that remaining would have defected to the Native Americans. No, it's
so looking into
it's fine.
Bringing this up, we had a population in 1625 in the American colonies of 1,980 people. 1,980. It's not completely unbelievable that this could be a 100% voting kind of thing. I might be able to concede that. But you're talking about voting in a small buildings worth of people versus.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Right. I gotta step in here. Ugh. No, we didn't have 1,980 people. We had 1,980 white people because we weren't counting the natives who owned this place.
Well, they had no. Right. They had no. They had no belief of ownership back then. Because they figured everybody could use it. How about that?
Well, they did have a sense of ownership, but they also had a sense of
this is like for everybody.
Yeah. And also, we stole our particular system of democracy from the 5 noble tribes. Like, that's what we call it. Or, like noble savages, or I can't remember what it was called. But it was something like they were like good savages. We stole our form of democracy from them.
I'm an Indian outlaw, half Cherokee and Choctaw.
Choctaw was one of them. Cherokee
was terrible fucking country music songs. So okay, so the population in 1625 was 1,980. Do you guys want to guess how many slaves were imported into colonial America between 1620 and 1700? Any guesses?
Bet they quite a bit more than that.
21,000.
Oh shit! They outnumber the white people.
And back then they had the 3/5 clause, So, but that went to the landowner, not the slave themselves. So,
so
David Barton, seriously,
David Barton would use that excuse as like, well, see, black people can't be trusted to vote, and I feel sick. Just like.
I wouldn't want to go to something that David Barton is doing like that, where you're actually having to talk, like have him just talk at you. I would love to have an interaction with him and just interrupt you, like, excuse me.
That's not accurate.
What does God need with the starship?
What does God need with an election?
Favorite line of that movie.
What does God need with the sports team?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we're going to move on to the last Pat Robertson, so give us 1 second.